Welcome back, everybody, to the Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. In today's episode, the Bulldogs return home as they are set to take on one of their many new rivals, the Virginia Tech Hokey Pokeys. Our Metropolis Bulldogs have started the year off better than expected. Even though the team is 0-2, the Bulldogs are definitely showing a lot of fight, but they have their toughest opponent yet in a very talented Virginia Tech team. The Hokies currently sit at 1-1 on the young season and are heavy favorites today, but our Metropolis Bulldogs have shown a ton of heart through the first 2 weeks of the season. In particular, last week, our home opener against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, a game that we honestly should have won. We were outscored 21-2 in the first quarter thanks to starting quarterback Victor Johans throwing 3 interceptions. But after he got benched for redshirt freshman Larry Caker, things went a lot better, and we absolutely had chances to win this game. We were just unable to finish it off. Coming off a strong Week 1 performance, it was definitely a surprise to see Johans play so poorly. Larry Caker came in, and although he wasn't the most accurate, we got to see some of the splash throws from his strong arm. So that poses the question, who starts at quarterback today? I think Larry Caker has shown enough to deserve an opportunity to get the start. I wouldn't be surprised if Victor Johans does get some snaps today, but Larry Caker has earned the opportunity to get the start, especially after a piss-poor performance last week by Victor Johans. So we'll see how Larry Caker plays to see if Victor Johans does get some more snaps today. So as we look at this Virginia Tech team, they have a great defense. Amari Barno is a legit NFL prospect, and there is some talent on offense. Former Oregon transfer Braxton Burmeister will be under center at quarterback. He has a talented receiving core and a couple solid running backs as well. So it's going to be a tough task here for our Metropolis Bulldogs, taking on a really talented Virginia Tech team. But as we've seen so far through the first couple of games, the Bulldogs have really shown a ton of toughness and grit, rocking the blue alternate jerseys. Let me know what you think of this jersey combo in the comments. So let's get this game started. Welcome to Metropolis Field here in the nation's capital as the 1-1 Virginia Tech Hokey Pokeys take on the 0-2 Metropolis Bulldogs, trying to get their first win in program history. Virginia Tech chooses heads. Tails usually never fails, except for here as Virginia Tech chooses to kick off. So we will see the Metropolis offense with redshirt freshman Larry Caker making his first start. Caker is not known for his accuracy, but he's got a cannon of an arm, as on 3rd and 9 he finds a wide open Reggie King. Virginia Tech just chose to not cover him at all for whatever reason, and the senior wideout who has scored in each of the first 2 weeks of the season with a nice game. It's another 3rd down, this time 3rd and 6. Caker drops back, scrambling to the left side, trying to make a play with his legs, and it is incomplete. Reggie King was the intended target on the play, the senior, so that'll bring out the punt team. Here is sophomore Zach Kirksey. It's a low kick, and it's going to be bobbled by Jalen Holston, who does pick it up. That was a close call. What a momentum switch early in this game we almost had, but nonetheless, Virginia Tech will get the ball. So here's Braxton Burmeister and the offense as it's a handoff to the big tight end James Mitchell, who gets by a couple defenders. Nice gain of 17. It's hard to find tight ends who are that elusive with the ball in his hands. At first glance, I thought he was a running back. It's a screen now for Robinson, who makes a nice play. Tavon Robinson with the first down, quickly tackled by Metropolis, but Virginia Tech is moving down the field nicely. On 3rd and 1, it's Jalen Holston, has room to run. Holston into the end zone for a touchdown, and Virginia Tech is on the board. Holston nearly coughed up the football on the punt return, so he makes up for his mistake here with a nice score. Great blocking there by the Hokey Pokeys, and Virginia Tech now leads 7-0. So a good start here for Tech, and the Metropolis Bulldogs get it back. Reggie King in motion. It's going to be an option pitch. Caker misfires. It's a fumble recovered by Peoples, who's eventually tackled at the 15. A disastrous turnover there for Larry Caker. He should have just kept it and taken the loss of yardage, but instead he fumbles it. A costly turnover there for the Bulldogs as Virginia Tech opens in the red zone. Burmeister on 3rd and 5 goes short for Mitchell, who only gets 4. So that brings us to an interesting 4th and 1 at around the 5-yard line. What is Virginia Tech going to do? They're going to send the field goal team out. It's a chip shot from 22 yards out. You could certainly look to go for it here, but they do take the kick. It is good, and it is now 10-0. I would have gone for it there. Certainly an interesting call, as here's the senior running back, Mekhi Diggins, with room. A nice gain of about 12 or 13. Diggins started to play pretty well once the offensive line actually started blocking for him. So I think we started to get a glimpse last week of what Mekhi Diggins can bring to the table. On 1st down, Caker under pressure. He is sacked for a loss of 6 on the play by Amari Barno, the highest rated player on this Virginia Tech team, coming in as a 91 overall. He's real good, and as I said earlier, he's probably going to be playing on Sundays in a year from now. On 2nd down, Caker is sacked again. This time, it's Jordan Williams, the big defensive tackle, for a loss of 8. So it has just been a disastrous start here for the Metropolis offense. They are going absolutely nowhere, and it's now 3rd and 24. Caker scrambling to the left side, trying to get something out of nothing, as his deep shot was actually on target for Tyrese Rogers, but he's unable to hold on to it. So it's incomplete. And here returns Zach Kirksey on for another punt. His first one was muffed by Jalen Holston, and his second one would also be muffed. It bonks off his helmet. Peoples picks it up at the last second. The freshman, Dalip Bowe, almost made a play on that ball, but Virginia Tech picks it up right in the nick of time. That'll do it for the first quarter. Great start for Tech. They lead 10-0. Minus some special teams woes, Virginia Tech has certainly been the dominant team through 1. Metropolis has really struggled in the first quarter of games this season, as on 2nd and 4, Burmeister is smothered for a loss of 3. Looked like that was Ford Chavez, the junior, in the backfield to bring him down, and it's now 3rd and 7. Burmeister looking to throw it under pressure, and he is sacked. Kevin Toto, the senior, brings him down. Toto's gotten limited snaps as a rotational pass rusher, but when he's been in the game, he's been really impressive. He had a sack week 1 against Maryland, so that is his 2nd sack of the year. That would force a punt. Metropolis gets it back on 1st down. Look, we have a quarterback change. Victor Johans is in, and look at Johans move. Looking like Christian McCaffrey with that elusiveness. Holy cow. So the thought process with the quarterback change is the offense was just doing nothing with Larry Caker. And since there's no real true QB1 on this team, it doesn't hurt to consistently switch them out until you find your guy. So that's why Johans is here, as he fumbles it on the very next play, and it's picked up by Pollard. Again, that was Jordan Williams with before his 2nd sack of the game. So it seems like regardless who's in at quarterback, whether it's Johans or Caker, both of them got butterfingers as they've each fumbled in the first half. Virginia Tech has it back up the middle for Caleb Smith, who got 24 yards, and Virginia Tech is already inside the 10-yard line. They have an opportunity to make it a 3-score game. 2nd and goal here for the Hokey Pokeys. Burmeister looking to throw it, has time and connects. Again, it's Caleb Smith for the touchdown, and things are looking worse and worse here for our Metropolis Bulldogs. They're now down 17-0. It is a 3-score game. 4.5 minutes left in the first half as Johans is intercepted. The senior linebacker, Shamari Connor, picks it off, breaking tackles, and he is wrapped up at the 35. So the offensive woes just continue. It's the 3rd turnover of the first half, and the 2 drives Victor Johans has been in, he has turned it over both times. It has just been a disaster for Metropolis, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better here on defense. James Mitchell brings it to the 15-yard line. A nice first down for Virginia Tech. They are now in the red zone trying to extend the lead as it's Raheem Blackshear breaking tackles. He is in for a score, and Virginia Tech continuing to pound on this lead. It's now 24-0. Metropolis is just getting beat down. I mean, this is one-sided. The defense is struggling. The offense looks like an utter abomination. I don't know what has turned this into this offense. Johans has to throw it away on 2nd and 1, and it's going to be an intentional grounding. It looked like there was a receiver close enough in the area for them not to call that, but they do anyway, and now it is a 3rd down and 11. The only trustworthy play for the offense is runs up the middle, and this one would actually kind of work. Mekhi Diggins gets about 10, so it's 4th and 1. What do you have to lose? The offense will stay on the field. They're going to go for it here in a goal line set. I would expect a run up the middle, and it's the fullback, Kenny Phillips III, who gets the first down, only getting around 2 yards, but that's all he needs. The fullback still being used in the Metropolis offense. As on second down, Johans is going to run with it, slides inside the 20. Even if Victor Johans hasn't thrown the ball well today, he's ran it pretty well. I know he only has 72 speed, but he looks like he got some wheels with a couple of these runs. Not a ton of time here in the first half. Metropolis has to keep their eye on the clock, as it is a 3rd down and 12 here for the Bulldogs. Johans looking to throw it. He goes short for Xavier Grice, and he brings it to the 15 for about 4 yards. Not getting a whole lot there. So that'll bring the field goal unit out, a 4th and 8 here. As the clock runs out here in the first half, it's a 33-yard attempt for the lefty, Mark Mitchell, from the right hash, splits the uprights. Mitchell has not missed a kick yet in his college career as he remains perfect. A good way to end what was not a good first half. 24-3 your score. The Metropolis defense looks sluggish on offense. Dear God, 3 points and 3 turnovers. Larry Caker didn't look good. Victor Johans throwing the ball doesn't look good. He has had a couple nice runs. Virginia Tech opens up the half on offense as Tavon Robinson loses about 6. I don't know what that play call was. Nice tackle by Ryan Jovanovic, the junior safety, who had 2 interceptions last week. He has been a lot quieter today, as it is now a 3rd down and 12 here for Virginia Tech. It looks like another screen to Blackshear, who gets by a couple defenders, breaks away from Diggins, and gets around 12. So it's a 4th and inches, and the offense is going to stay on the field. Virginia Tech is in 4-down territory, so this isn't a totally surprising call as Burmeister gets it to the tight end, Drake to Ulis, and he gets the first before being quickly wrapped up by Mekhi Diggins. A nice first down there for Virginia Tech as they would continue to march down the field and continue to chew clock, which at this stage of the game, when you're up by 21, you do want to take time off. Caleb Smith gets his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game as senior quarterback Braxton Burmeister continues to dot up this defense, and it is now 31-3. Not quite as much fight as the first 2 games. On 3rd and 6, Mekhi Diggins only gets around a yard, quickly stopped on the play, and Metropolis would just choose to punt it. So Virginia Tech has it back, still up by 28. Burmeister scrambling, he is sacked! Again, it's Kevin Toto with his 2nd sack of the game. Toto continues to be one of really the only bright spots in this game here for Metropolis, as it is now a 3rd and 14. Burmeister looking to throw it under a ton of pressure from Chavez as it is broken up. Mekhi Diggins makes a nice play on the ball. He should have caught that. Diggins does have 81 catching, the highest catching rating on the team, but it was incomplete. So the offense has it back as Emmanuel Cortez breaks the tackle for the first down. Cortez has been pretty quiet today, but he does make a nice play there here as the 3rd quarter comes to a close. Another not-so-good quarter for Metropolis. The defense was subpar, and the offense, although they didn't turn over the football, they also did not look very inspiring. 3rd and 9, first play of the quarter. It's a short throw for the senior tight end, O'Shane Yakabuti, and he gets around 6. Nice tackle by the Hokie defense as it's 4th and 3. Again, you might as well go for it. Handoff for Xavier Grice, and he is stopped. Shamari Connor, who had the interception earlier, brings him down. Grice gets maybe a yard, if that. So Virginia Tech gets it back, still up 31-3. Here's a nice run up the middle from Jalen Holston. Breaks the tackle from Diggins, and he gets 28. A great run there for Holston, who's had a few big plays in this game, and he almost had a couple fumbles as well. Virginia Tech would choose some more clock as the field goal unit comes out on the field. It is a 4th down and 9 to extend the lead. Kick barely goes in, but it does. So Virginia Tech widens the gap as it's now 34-3. By far the biggest deficit Metropolis has had this season. I guess that's technically not true. They were down 28-0 in the first game, but this is the biggest deficit they've had in the 4th quarter. On first down, Johan scrambling. What a throw, what a catch by Marcus Wilkerson, who gets it to about midfield. There's the Victor Johans from week 1. Actually, not really. I mean, Johans was accurate in week 1, but he also was throwing everything 5 yards downfield. So that's more impressive than any of his passes in week 1 against Maryland. It's now a 4th down. Again, what do you have to lose? Might as well go for it as it's broken up incomplete. Good route there by Reggie King, but Johans just underthrew him a little bit. So there's not a whole lot of time left. Virginia Tech just trying to chew this clock out, ice this game away. As on 2nd and 3, it's a handoff for Raheem Blackshear. Breaks a couple tackles. Blackshear still on his feet, and he's going to take it the distance. Another big run for Virginia Tech, and they now have put a 40-burger on the Metropolis defense. 41-3 is your score. The Bulldogs have it pretty much for one more drive. Only a couple minutes left as Johans connects with Tyrese Rogers. Rogers is supposedly this team's wide receiver 1, but that is his first catch since week 1. It's not that he hasn't been on the field, it's just that he hasn't been open, he hasn't been making plays. Reggie Canyon, Emmanuel Cortez have both definitely outshined him. 2nd and 10, play action fake for Alexander. Johans deep downfield, caught by Rogers, that's a touchdown! Tyrese Rogers comes in and makes a play, his first touchdown as a Bulldog, and it took Metropolis pretty much the entire goddamn game to find the end zone, but they did it. So Metropolis does get a touchdown. 41-10 is your score, and that will be your final. Utter domination here. You got to expect this Metropolis team to have some bad losses like this, and, well, this is our first truly bad loss. We were competitive the entire game last week against Rutgers. We fought till the end in the Maryland game, even though we never really had a chance, but today, I mean, it was just rough from the start. 3 early turnovers on offense. We couldn't really get going after that. As you look at the team stats, they didn't really dominate us in that aspect, but we just controlled time of possession because we have no explosiveness on our offense and we can't generate big plays. Victor Johans was fine, minus the turnovers. Larry Caker just wasn't really impressive. Johans probably does start next week against Alabama. Yes, we play Alabama next week. Mekhi Diggins ran it well. Johans had a couple nice plays on the ground. The run game wasn't that bad. I liked what I saw in that area if we are to find a positive. None of the receivers were all that great. Our leading receiver, Tyrese Rogers, did not catch a pass until the final minute of the game. Kevin Toto had 2 sacks, so he was a bright spot. That's about it. Braxton Burmeister was super accurate, 19 of 22. And then of a run game, Raheem Blackshear was pretty solid. Jalen Holston and a couple nice plays. James Mitchell was busy. Caleb Smith scored twice. And then on defense, we got to see some of our high-rated players really play well. Amari Barno and Jordan Williams with 2 sacks each. Shamari Connor with an interception and a 4th down stop. So, yeah, it was a rough game. We're going to move that one behind us, and we are going to prepare to head into Tuscaloosa to take on the number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting to win this game. I think that's one way to put it. If we lose by less than 50, it's a success. I plan on having a doubleheader as well in the next episode. We also play against Navy. I also plan on having the recruiting special out pretty soon. I know you guys are pretty excited about that. I'm excited to show you guys that as well. I imagine the recruiting special will probably be the episode after the next one. And then we're also going to have some other high school episodes throughout the season as we look at some of the talent locally in the Washington, D.C. greater area. So that concludes today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, even though we played like crap. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.